Pump the energy. Pump. Hello, world. Hey, all the followers.
No, but you can't just say followers. You need something specific, unique for you.
Hey, all the lopetas. Hey, all the marketing nerds. Today we are coming to you from this very nostalgic place where we grew up. It's a little bit different today.
Yeah, it didn't look like this. Yeah. Wow.
So today we have a special edition. We are here with my brother. My brother as well is a marketing guru, let's say.
Guru. That's such a bad word. Can you choose a better word?
Ninja. Marketing ninja.
Sure, I'll take that. Yeah.
My brother been doing marketing for the last 15 or so years. In fact, he had 1 million YouTube views per video 15 years ago when nobody knew what was YouTube. He was already getting millions of views. So he is an early trend spotter. I think it's early to say. And I remember 10 years ago, he was telling me, or 15 years ago, no, maybe it was even longer. He was telling me, oh, you should sell this Korean cosmetics, I think it's gonna be a thing. Guess if I think it was.
No, I didn't say it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a thing. I was like, it's definitely going to be a thing.
It's definitely gonna be a thing.
Yes.
So today we are bringing here Vil, and Vil is an expert in spotting marketing trends early on. So today we are gonna speak about some unconventional techniques and let's say some gray hat techniques, how you can improve your marketing and be the first in the line to do it.
Very, very direct and stupid question maybe, but how did you start? Why YouTube?
I mean, the thing was, honestly, back then, I just grew up on YouTube. I learned English from YouTube. So I kind of and I was in Korea at the time. I saw an opportunity, especially because that was 2014. I thought it was already too saturated because there were already big YouTubers within the country. When I created videos, I basically saw what kind of concepts people are going to share. And especially there were like these big pages, there were like big Facebook pages, big websites that I knew that they are going to reshare my content. And no one was producing that type of content that they would reshare. I can produce this content because I'm going to create sort of like a category of one by myself. Then I can get these pages to reshare it, and exactly that happened. And once you get reshared by these pages, then the algorithm automatically starts picking it up. And it was sort of just like a good opportunity, but also I don't know, I enjoyed YouTube, I enjoyed video the whole time. So it was like, okay, let me just do that when I work on my startup in the meantime. And yeah, just to have something a bit different so my brain doesn't fry while at the office. Yeah.
Exactly. I remember this, that you were even very early in e-commerce, in drop shipping, in Pinterest marketing, in Instagram courses. As long as I can remember, you were always early on with trends. You mentioned this Parasite SEO. Can you explain us what is Parasite SEO and why we should do Parasite SEO?
Yeah, sure. So to the people watching, basically Parasite SEO, what it means, it's using high domain authority websites. So what it means is when a website has aged, it has been out there for a long period of time, and it has a lot of backlinks. The more backlinks you get, the more traffic you get, the more you're trusted by Google. So the easier for you it is to rank your article. So that's domain authority. If you don't have any backlinks, no one is linking to you, there's no trust being created. For you to rank your article, it's almost next to impossible. So what you can do, and what a lot of people do, is you take something like, for example, Medium, LinkedIn, you can use Reddit, whatever. You can use some big websites like New York Times.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to ask you, because people maybe say, oh, how do I get on this high importance newspaper? It's gonna be super expensive, it's gonna cost me a fortune. But you told me that it doesn't matter. There is many places that you can write actually articles, that they are free places to add these SEO based articles as well.
Yeah, it kind of depends. For certain niches it works better. Obviously, if you have a website that's, for example, let's say in the health industry, and you have super high domain authority website within the health industry, it's going to help somewhat. But actually, even if you just write on Medium or LinkedIn, which is completely free, you don't need to pay anything, it still has high domain authority. And if you go on Google and you look what's ranking, a lot of things are going to be LinkedIn, or they're going to be Medium that's ranking on like the first top 10 results.
If you have some budget, you think it is worth even to buy space in a like really high authority magazine. Is that correct? Do I understand you correctly?
Yeah, I mean,
To win the CEO game?
this strategy, it's one of those things where it's basically an error on Google algorithm. So this is not going to last forever. I think that's one thing that people need to understand, you know? So you don't want to invest all of your budget because, and if this is, as Jurgita mentioned, this is gray hat. So technically it's abusing the algorithm, but at the same time, I kind of talk about it because everyone's doing it.
So what I wanted to ask, since we have for sure some people that they don't know all this terminology and so on, they are doing marketing. Let's say I'm a company which I'm reselling cyber security software. I'm reselling a software. I'm a beginner.
Yeah.
I want to know more. I mean, I'm selling pretty good, but I want to know more how to do even better.
Yeah. So basically, step one would be you go to a keyword research tool, and there are some even like free ones. You can get like Ahrefs or something, like a paid one that's like really advanced one. But basically you just find certain keywords, and it kind of depends how deep you want to go in it. Basically, you can see the competition of how competitive certain keywords are.
Let's say management level people that come to us and they want to, be well known, they represent the company, they represent the market. If I work for a big corporation, but inside the corporation I'm like a little brand by myself, can I do for myself as a personal brand this strategy?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it can work for anyone. And I mean, I would probably, if I'm working in a company, I would probably pitch it in a way, because personal brands work so well. So if you look, I can give you some specific examples if you want. There are some like Lemlist, if you know Lemlist, like they're absolutely killing it because they take a lot of their like people that work in the company and they're creating now personal.
What is Lemlist?
It's called outreach software. It's like mass called outreach software. So they do it really well, where they take their employees and they create personal brands out of them. They're actually killing it on LinkedIn. Like all of them have like crazy following on LinkedIn. But yeah, definitely this can work. One thing that pops into my head right away. So Forbes ranks well, especially for B2B software, because I'm in B2B software. And they rank really well on a lot of topics. And honestly, like the recommendations are absolutely rubbish, which I absolutely hate. But they have this thing of experts, and basically that even gives you next level of legitimacy, because you can do this on LinkedIn and Medium and you will rank well, but then people also need to trust you. Whereas if you're on Forbes, for example, and you purchase an article there, that gives you another layer of, okay, I trust this because this is a big brand, and if it shows like, oh, this is like an expert, that creates this really authority. Even though when I look at it, when I actually know what is happening, it's complete nonsense. Yeah.
Suddenly, when I Google something on Google search, Reddit queries, Reddit search results are coming at the top of my search, which is absolutely insane, because we were speaking that this is another hack. Can you elaborate on this a little bit more?
Yeah, so this is I guess this is part of Parasite SEO as well. Okay, Reddit ranks, if you look for most of the searches, I would say now, Reddit is going to rank at like top 10 on Google. And one strategy of doing this is basically you find a subreddit. So let's say, okay, we're talking about cybersecurity again, right? And that one is actually a big one. That's actually, if you go to LinkedIn, if you look for something like VPN, right? You're going to see like, if you type in best VPN, there's going to be a LinkedIn article on like a top 5 probably. And there's a bunch of them ranking. Same goes for like Reddit as well. If you type in like best VPN, you will see there's like there's subreddits that rank for best VPN.
You said something about LinkedIn influencers, that is it worth to work with LinkedIn influencers and the people that they are industry opinion leaders in general, and buying them engagement for your service, brand, etc.?
I'm really going to sound like I'm just gray hat marketer talking about all these topics. But I think actually one of the things that I was saying, I mentioned to you, was that what a lot of people don't understand is they just think that all of these people that have big followings, whether it's LinkedIn or even Twitter, they just think that, oh, they're growing organically, but there's so much paid stuff going on. Like even the big influencers who already have maybe 100,000 followers, they still buy engagement. Because at the end of the day, you know, if the ROI makes sense, why not to pay for like a big influencer to engage?
So what was the best hack that you ever had?
Yeah, so this is well, I don't know how long it's gonna work for, but people just started doing this. So I think Instagram is going to clap it at some point. But basically, when you have stories now, you have noticed how you can add close friends, right?
Yeah.
And what people are doing now, and you might see this if you follow certain pages, even like, for example, a page that isn't your friend, it's just like a page, public page, you might see they have added you as a close friend, because close friend stories, they get pushed to the front, so you can increase your engagement. You can triple 4 times your engagement on your stories, just if you put them as close friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it ASAP.
The only problem is you need to do it manually. There's no way to add all of the people, so you need to get your VA or whoever and just get to them to add everyone.
Vil, what about where people can find you?
Yeah, so people can find me on, well, I'm starting YouTube. So it's Vil Vas, VILVAS, Marketing Ideas. So probably that's the best place.
Do you offer even consulting services?
But yeah, I do consulting if I think I can provide value. So it's not like necessarily that's my main thing by any means. But if I find a company, for example, I'm consulting one company now and I'm like, oh, they have really interesting, unique value proposition, then, you know, my brain is starting to fire off. I can think of, okay, we can do this strategy and this strategy and this strategy. But obviously it has to be a good fit, because if I think you agree with that as well, if it's not a good fit, then you're going to struggle to do marketing for them. They will have bad experience. I will not have good experience. So yeah, I do it, but yeah, it depends on, you know, your niche and whatever you do.
So we will link everything. You will find it below. Please follow Vil, follow us, and let us know what you liked about this video. Peace!